Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to The Discriminating Gamer. You know, I must confess, I was born to be a pessimist. My blood type is B negative. Ladies and gentlemen, today we're going to go ahead and take a look at Zombicide, Rio de Janeiro from CMON.
My zombie girl claws her way up through the soil. She wants me bad, but I know that she'll stay loyal. She wants a kiss, leans in like this, then bites off my lower lip. She's in my heart, but wants in my head. I'm in love with the living dead. She's one of the dead. She's one of the dead. She's one of the dead. I'm in love with the dead. Her teeth start to rot, but I think her body's still smoking hot. Yeah, she lost some weight. I'm not shallow, but I think it's great. She once was pink, but now she's all gray. I kinda like it more this way, 'cause she doesn't nag, and she don't complain, and she's way into my brains.
We'll get back to the review in just a moment. I want to take a minute to ask you to check out my other channel, that is Cody Carlson, PhD, where we talk about history, books on history, military history. I even post some of my lectures for my classes on there. Please check that out. Please subscribe to that channel. And now, back to the review. Zombicide, Rio de Janeiro from CMON is the latest expansion to your Zombicide 2nd Edition game and takes place in the mean streets of Brazil as you're battling zombies and enjoying Carnival. Now, this expansion comes with some new map tiles. It comes with some new weapons and cards that you're going to be using in the game. And you're also going to have a few new concepts, and concepts that, of course, we've seen before in other campaign expansions. Now, like some of the other previous campaign expansions, you kind of have the all or nothing, meaning you can go all out. You can roll the regular dice for a weapon, but you can also roll the red dice. Now, the red dice give you more opportunities to hit zombies, but the problem with the red dice is if you roll a 1, your weapon breaks, and you got to get rid of that weapon, so that's no fun. So that's an important part of the campaign here as well. Now, you do have an interesting new thing here called surprise spawns. Now, how surprise spawns work is essentially you have these little tokens that you place in certain places around the board. Now, these are not regular spawn zones, meaning they don't spawn regularly during the spawn phase. Instead, when you draw certain weapons cards or you draw certain other things, you see the surprise spawn symbol. Whenever you see the surprise spawn symbol, you must place one walker on each of the surprise zone spaces. So what that means is you're going to have some zombies spawning throughout the hero's turn, and that can lead to some issues as well. Now, you also have new wound cards. Essentially, these are a deck of cards that when you take a wound, you don't just lower your health. You also have to take a wound card. And these wound cards can do different things. They can hinder you in certain ways, screw you up, and they can cause some problems. So there are 10 missions in this campaign expansion, and like other campaign expansions that I've covered, there's some interesting things here. You actually have these little like cards that you place on the board that kind of match the board, and you hit these cards, you read the cards, and sometimes they give you choices. There's a little bit of a story element that comes along in the game here, and you may grab note cards that give you some other choices or other things to do, or further advance the story in fun and interesting ways. And they're usually quite amusing, they're usually quite fun, and it's just kind of another way to further enmesh you into the world of Zombicide. Now, also too, with the campaign, you have opportunities to hold on your guns. They have little lock symbols, and this is a keep. Essentially, you've got to roll a number of die. That number of die that you see on the keep symbol, and if any of them break, you lose the gun. But otherwise, you can keep the gun and carry that with you into the next campaign. Of course, there's also campaign skills that go ahead and that you develop, so your character is becoming stronger over the course of the various campaigns here. So you and your friends are going around, you're battling the zombies, you are taking the hits, taking the wounds, you're also drawing new cards that are bringing out those new surprise spawn zombies, and you're trying to develop your skills and your abilities and your weapons as you move forward in this campaign of Zombicide, Rio de Janeiro. So again, you know, there's more going on here. That's just the basic overview of this game. I must confess, I've just played so far the first scenario. But we had a blast with that, and I played other. You know, I haven't finished, but I played several of the scenarios from the Washington DC, which I really enjoyed. This is just the campaigns are a fun new way to play Zombicide because of those story elements that come out. They are a lot of fun. It's fun to discover those and really get into it. And I think too, I almost wish there was a way you could have those story elements in kind of regular games of Zombicide because they're so much fun and they bring such weight to it. I really wish they could develop a way just for in core boxes to have a similar system, because to me that would be a lot of fun. But nevertheless, I'm just going off here. I really liked. I love Zombicide, as you know, and I really like the Rio de Janeiro expansion. The scenario I played, I'm certain I'll like the rest of it. Just looking through the rules they got here and the concepts and the fun surprises that you get just in that first scenario. So, recommendation for the discriminating gamers: if you love Zombicide, and who doesn't, go ahead. You're going to want to buy Rio de Janeiro. Rio de Janeiro. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for joining us today on The Discriminating Gamer. As always, we ask you to please leave a comment for us on YouTube, on Board Game Geek, on our Facebook page, or on thediscriminatinggamer.com. We ask you to please like us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube, and follow us on Twitter. I'd also ask you, ladies and gentlemen, to please check out my other channel. That is Cody Carlson, PhD, where we talk about military history and books on history. I'm currently uploading my World War II lectures that you can see on there, so please check that out. Please subscribe to that. That would mean a lot to me. And also, please leave a thumb for this video on Board Game Geek as well. You know, ladies and gentlemen, my father died because he couldn't remember his blood type. But, you know, I will never forget his last words to me. Be positive.
Please somebody help me on my feet again. And I don't know where I'm going, and I don't know where I've been. Please somebody help me on the solid ground. It's a long time, and I'll be dying. Once a year I wind up in the band. The world is ending, and all I can think about is abominations destroying our doors. Found a boomstick, it needs ammunition, baby. Let's destroy the zombies before they start to hoard. There's nowhere to run, there's nowhere to hide. It's freaking Zombicide. Multiplying, the zombies are coming, baby. I hear them moaning from their hungry jaws. They got the numbers, we got the equipment, baby. Talking about machetes and some battle chainsaws. Nowhere to run, there's nowhere to hide. It's freaking Zombicide. There's nowhere to run, there's nowhere to hide. It's freaking Zombicide.